jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son, actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back
Y'all already know what it is, man. It's Saturday. Salute from WCS, man. Everyone that's in the building. This is gonna be a short one, but hey, once again, it's always something that I choose to address in the lightest manner possible. You know what I'm saying? Especially when people be hitting me on the DM. It just seems like every time something comes up about Crawford, you have individuals that's able to drop their comments and feel safe, from their fingertips, their crusty ass fingertips being on that keyboard, that you can't even see the goddamn numbers no more. You can't even see the letters, the numbers, none of that shit. They got damn chicken crumbs all over that bitch. And they leave these comments while they up there sweating for the next goddamn Twinkie or ho-ho. But I had some comments talking about, why Crawford is trying to fight a singer and not Spence. What's wrong with your boy Crawford out here, trying to thug it out in Texas? I thought he didn't want to come to Texas to fight Earl, but he'd come to Texas to fight an R&B singer. They be leaving that shit like that. So, my response to them, I gave them my word. I said, listen, I would definitely address this on a different day, and I'm going to be simple with it. This is my simplicity of it all. I must provide you the criteria that obviously you forgot. I want to give the people the criteria to this action. Crawford being out there at the Tycoon weekend and being invited. Yeah, he was in Texas. Just because the man is outside the ring, him being in Texas has nothing to do with the fight being made. You know what I'm saying? Even when I initially reported that he was there for that weekend, I really didn't go into detail as to why. I just say, okay, yeah, he over there in Texas. Why? Because it's like etiquette. I wasn't putting it out there, oh, he over there to go to 50 Cent Tycoon weekend, this, that, and the other. Because people are going to hurry up and try to find any little bit of crumb to make a meal off of. So initially what they come up with, they say, oh, why is Crawford over here in Texas? He don't want to come to Texas to fight, but he come over here to party. There's a lot of people saying some crazy shit that he was over here drinking and smoking. Stop it. Stop that shit, y'all. People up here saying that Crawford was over in Texas, drinking. No, stop the madness, man. But I will help you out. I will help you understand and explain some things. So for Errol Spence, we all know that he is not a native of Texas. He wasn't born there. He was born in Long Island. Let's get some things straight for the Spenceaholics that's up here being the streamers that they are. When you speak on a situation that never happened, the black eye never materialized itself. Bud Crawford was just in conversation. The black eye never materialized. Thank God for Trey Songz. The black eye never materialized. Crawford was never able to extend or execute any type of physical striking technique at the expense of Trey Songz. It didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? And we should thank him for that. That just goes to show you that, look, he's still maintaining composure. He understands when to throw a punch and when not to. You know what I'm saying? He's not impulsive. And, one thing I can say, not speaking for him, but he doesn't come off as somebody who's trying to prove anything, especially outside the ring, because he's been there, done that already. He's been in a situation where it was serious, you know what I'm saying, being shot. He's been in a situation before. But at this point in time, everybody can be deemed a threat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. Even Trey Songz. But, I'm pretty sure security was checking everybody heading up in there and all that. Cats make crazy decisions. But thank God for Trey Songz. Bud really didn't, close distance on him because there was too many people in the room to save his life. That's what the Spenceaholics should be talking about. But let's reflect upon an old punter date. Okay, an old punter date. Let's reflect upon an old punter date. All right. Once upon a time, Errol Spence and Sean Porter fought. Y'all remember when they fought? It was September 28, 2019. And that was a potential fight of the year candidate. And we already know how it played out. Errol Spence won by split decision. Now, can any one of y'all tell me when exactly, how many days that was in between that the crash happened with Errol Spence crashing his Ferrari? You know what I'm saying? How many days in between was that exactly? I'll let you know. It was 12. Now, let's gauge the window of concern for me when it comes to 12 days, because the accident happened at 3 a.m. on October 10th, 2019. Okay, that is 12 days from the day that he stepped in the ring with Sean Porter, from September 28th to October, what? October 10th, 12 days, just outside 13. I know how people love 13, but 12 days, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 days. The reason why I had to count that, because in that short period of time, none of the Spenceaholics was able within the 12-day period to stop him from getting behind the wheel and almost ending his career. But yet they'll get online and they'll continue to talk about what Terrence Crawford is out here doing, as if he's not making the fight. Man, aren't y'all tired of that toilet paper type of narrative? That's the only thing I can say, man. People wipe their ass and then they put it up there. And, oh, no, I'm gonna keep that up there. Don't fuck with that. But you're supposed to throw it in the toilet. No, hold up. I'm gonna reuse that shit. Man, that stink, man. Dude, don't come in here then, man. I'm gonna keep that toilet paper right there. After a while, it'll die down, man. Just spray some Glade up here. You know what I'm saying? Just spray some Glade. Get some Lysol around this mud. I'm trying to understand. We in 2022, 2019, right? 2020, 21, and 22. We're not even 3 years removed. Once again, from 2019, 2020, 21, 22. We're in the month of September. We're not even 3 years removed when he had that accident in October. October 10th, 2019. We're coming up on the anniversary. And I'm telling you all, the Spenceaholics that's trying to make a big deal out of, Terrence Bud Crawford, warning Trey Songz about this ass whooping, warning him to digress. That's all he was doing. He was being professional. once again outside the ring. That's what he does. Warn him. There's a lot of people you can talk shit to up in here. It's not going to be me. One of them's not going to be me. Okay, that Trey? You can talk all the shit you want, but one of these people, one of these individuals up in here in this for Tycoon Weekend, it's not going to be me. I'm not going to be in the area, the proximity, none of that when you talking shit and acting like you moving the room. That ain't happening. But my question is, during the 12-day period from him coming off one of the best wins of his career, picking up the WBC title, within that 12-day period, not one of y'all could reach back, because y'all always trying to act like you're a part of the team in some shape or form. Y'all all in bed pushing the dang Spence narratives all the time. You know what I'm saying? Y'all couldn't stop. Y'all couldn't reach out. I know if you was that close to the camp that amount of time, that short window ago, I know you could have had a phone number or something and say, hey, listen, congrats on the win, man. This is where it all, takes off. You know what I'm saying? You just picked up your second belt there, Errol. Hey, this is where it all takes off, bro. This is where it all takes off, because it's another belt that's out there that we want you to get. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you and your team talking about the WBA. And then there's Terrence Crawford, man. You just about completed what you wanted, your manifesto for being welterweight undisputed. You were almost completing your manifesto, bro. Good job. But do me a favor, man. A lot of times when fighters be in situations like you and you have a moment like this, all we want to do is, as a brother, I'm reaching out to you. As a brother, I just want you to be careful. I know you be out here. We don't see you intoxicated and having fun with your friends. Just have somebody DD for you. Just have somebody DD. A designated driver is cool, bro. Even in a Ferrari, a designated driver is cool. Now you need to get somebody to know what they're doing, but get a DD, bro. Because it was just something, man. I'm getting the feeling that something, you're gonna go out here and something gonna happen. We want you to be 100%, man, because you halfway there now. You halfway there. You was able to lift this WBC belt. You was able to lift it. You was able to get that left round knocked out. Good for you. You're able to lift 2 belts now. We just don't want you in the street putting yourself in a predicament that may change your life forever. I don't think it was any one of you all on the YTC that was giving him that input. I'm pretty sure of that. What's going on, Willie Lowe? What's good? Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Peace, OG. How you feel? Mark Nash, what's good? Willie Lowe, what's good, brother? How you been? Just dropping in and show some love. I'll holler back later, fam. Thank you, Willie. Hey, hope everything going good your way too, bro. Hope everything going well your way. But I'm listening to, I'm reading the comments and I'm saying this is totally irrelevant to where it should be in this situation. A black eye potential versus a DWI potential, the severity isn't even close. It's not even close, man. Like just running a straight fade, in that situation, it's not even close than going out here potentially harming innocent bystanders or taking your own life. You know what I'm saying? That accident could have been fatal. We could have been talking about Errol Spence in a past tense. What would have been the conversation then? You would have still been on here talking the same bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Every single time you waiting on Crawford to go out here and be at the party, enjoy himself, and then somebody's not going to test him. Yeah, somebody's going to be out there testing him. But listen, what's wrong with asking somebody to say, hey, let's go in the room? They didn't say go in the parking lot. If you got a problem, let's go back in the room and, let's handle it. That's all. But look, we live in a society where that doesn't happen too much anymore. And still, you got to be very careful because, people's going, they have other tools, other weapons and all this other shit. But for Crawford, I look at what he said was very light. It wasn't anything that was abrasive, in that situation. Just 2 men jarring back and forth. And he told Trey Songz, man, about everything he know about Trey Songz. He said, man, I'm not gonna be the one you talking reckless to up in here, regardless. We can go back in the room, period. Vice, the 12 days from him stepping out the ring with Sean Porter, he almost loses his life in an accident. Not only the fact that the YTC was all about Spence. Neither one of y'all that claims you have sources, neither one of you all that claim you get text from him, you wasn't talking to him on that day. You wasn't giving him advice, or y'all was too scared to sit up here and say, you know what, let me say some cool things to you right quick. I know you got where you at through hard work and dedication, but hey, check this out, man. Don't unravel so quickly. Stay focused, stay dialed in. I know you want to go out here and celebrate with your people and everything, but the goal isn't accomplished yet. It isn't achieved. You haven't met the end state yet. Your end state is undisputed welterweight. You're not there yet. So you're gonna have to chill with the partying and going out and celebrating this win. You're gonna have to keep it light. I don't remember hearing any lives about that afterwards. People was bragging. People was then talking in a glorified manner about how good he looked. He proved it to Sean Porter. He can fight his own style. He ended up getting a knockdown and all this other shit. But I just didn't hear people talking about, hey, you know what? I got Spence's number. I got his email. I'm gonna hit his people up and make sure he good. Because we want him to stay on course with fighting Terrence Bud Crawford. 12 days now. 12 days, y'all. 12 freaking days is not even considered half a month. Even in February, 12 days isn't considered. 12 days isn't considered half the month. Even in February, bro. That's what I'm trying to get. Don't give me information. Don't send me information about this situation. If you can't tell me what's more severe, a black eye or a DWI. Let's go back in time and let me read you this article. Welterweight champion Errol Spence Jr. has pleaded guilty to the charge of driving while intoxicated after crashing a speeding Ferrari in 2019, prosecutors said. Spence, 32, pleaded guilty and was convicted last week in Dallas County. Court of Criminal Appeals, number 2, the Dallas County District Attorney Office said Monday. Prosecutors said that after visiting multiple bars, Spence was speeding when his Ferrari veered over the median and flipped several times at about 3 a.m. October 10, 2019. Spence, who wasn't wearing a seatbelt, was ejected from the vehicle but didn't sustain any broken bones or fractures and was treated for facial lacerations. Spence attorneys released a statement on his behalf in which he said that after some drinks with friends, I ended up wrecking my car and nearly killing myself. Spence goes on to say, fortunately, no one else was involved in the accident, and I am most grateful for that, he said in the statement. It was an accident that would profoundly change my life. He said that during his recovery, he thought about how much I could have lost, how blessed I was to have a second chance at life. Don't drink and drive. Not one drink. It's not worth it, he said. With the conviction, his driver's license was suspended and he was sent to 3 days in jail, but was given credit for time served, according to a spokesperson for the district attorney's office. The boxer, based in the Dallas suburb of DeSoto, became a 3-belt welterweight champion in April by defeating his WBC and IBF defending his WBC and IBF titles in a unification bout in front of a home crowd of Texas. Now, I ask you again, black eye versus DWI. Y'all got to be held accountable too. If you're going to roam together, you know what I'm saying, and you're going to make the same sounds, you understand me? If you're going to make the same sounds, at least pass information that's conducive to something to help these fighters. If all y'all are feeling some type of way about, you know, having contact with this fighter and all that, I'm telling you, if you're talking about the pettiness about Crawford, where were you all the 12 days before he went and started partying at the bars and stepped into his car? Were you shooting his text? Were you shooting him text? Because you don't have to call him up for that. Did you even shoot the man a text? The Spenceaholics? Did y'all shoot him a text and speak to him and say, hey, congratulations on everything, man. We're looking forward to you moving closer to getting all the belts. Did y'all do that? If y'all didn't do that, y'all need to shut the fuck up. If you did not make that happen, stop talking about Terrence Crawford and talking about he's fighting R&B singers and he won't fight Spence. Man, look, every time I hear somebody say sign the contract, you're the type of person that's working at the Salvation Army and ring that bell. I'm the type of person that goddamn drives up to the Salvation Army, gets out just so you can ring it for me, turn right back around and get back in my car and drive off. That's what type of person I am. Knowing that you up there ringing that bell, I'm just gonna go up there, and then I turn back around and get back, drive off. Sir, can you? So we take it. Sir, once again, sir, why you keep on driving? Sir, you going? Seriously, I'm him. Just to go out there so you can ding, 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 ding. Sir, can you turn around and go back to my vehicle and leave? Because y'all sitting up here saying, just sign the contract. Just sign the contract. Knowing that that's not how it works. If you go purchase anything and the price is there in front of your face, you're not going to go up here and say, well, I'm going to pay more than that. Or, no, check this out. You go pick up a vehicle, or even the way the housing market is at the time, right? The house is $100,000. You're not going to go up here and you read the contract after the agents have been talking to you and telling you the house is $100,000, but when you go in there for the contract, they got you sitting at 160, 165. And he's like, why is it so high? Just sign the contract. Just sign the contract. Just sign the closing docs. That's all you got to do. Just sign the closing docs. But no. Just sign it. Just sign it. We're not talking about that. But you said my trade-in. Nope. You gave me $0 for my trade. Just sign the contract. Y'all just keep on talking about Bud sign a fucking contract like it's not other areas that has to be dealt with on a business side. It's people that's on his legal team that has to review the language. They have to review the fine print. Y'all know that. Why are y'all being so ignorant to say, man, sign a contract all the time, knowing that it's much more thorough process that has to take place before those documents are signed and completed? There's much more that has to be taking place. The language on the YTC is very deceiving to the casual boxing fan because they continue to believe that you all are just reading from the book yourselves as if you have the original documents. You don't have the original documents. So since you don't have that, what you're speaking on is based off hearsay, and hearsay. So that will fall up along the lines of fictional. You have a fictional tale that you're trying to get the public to read and listen to. It's all fiction because it's hearsay. You don't have the original documents to put in your book. So you're going off hearsay. Why would you think fighters in general would just sign contracts? It's been several fighters who signed contract and they may have had someone with legal representation or qualification to read that same contract, tell them about what's in the contract and how it may benefit or not in their career, and they still signed it and end up fucking them over. They was put on the shelf. Plenty. Just think about it. Plenty. People always used to talk about how Floyd ended up leaving this person, how Mikey left that person. They always bring up names that satisfy them. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to talk about that because it's said and gone. But what about the person that don't want to be in that position where they have to relieve themselves of being paid? They're contractually bound. They have to relieve themselves from their occupation, and hopefully they have a secondary way to make revenue for their family, provide for their families. and they have to sit it out in the process of hoping they made enough money for a legal team to take this to court. Every fighter is not in that position. So the ones that don't have the money for the attorneys, sometimes they sit out a little bit longer until the shit expires. During that time, they have to work a regular job. So why would you continue to tell fighters, sign the contract? If you think it sounds good, then I'm questioning your intelligence in life as you walk through life in general, as whoever you are, adult or whatever the case may be. I'm questioning how you think as a human being. If you think just tell Terrence Crawford to sign a contract and that's not what he feels he's worth, what the fuck are we talking about? Man, I'm about to cut the brass and listening. Earbuds, please keep the conversation going. Cut the grass. You got that cutting the grass for sure, man. What's going on, Pop? What's good? What's good, Pop? How you feeling, bro? But I'm just trying to, explain to people that keep on saying sign the contract. It doesn't work like that. There's a team that's involved. There's many layers to this contract that has to be agreed upon by both parties. What do y'all not understand? Y'all are saying sign the contract if like it's damn Terrence's fault. Y'all was sitting up here barking all day long about leaving Top Rank. He left Top Rank, and now PBC cannot accommodate the fight. What the fuck are y'all talking about, man? PBC can't even accommodate the fight. Y'all busy talking about him leaving Top Rank Plantation, and he need to get away from that so-and-so racist, this, that, and the other. And that promotion has more black fighters on that shit than PBC does. They have more black talent coming up in the ranks. And all y'all was doing was pushing a freaking narrative, bro. Terrence can't do no wrong. So y'all get petty. Y'all wait that the news break, supposedly, allegedly, that somehow, some way, he was almost involved in an altercation with an R&B singer. So now the narrative is out here say, oh, well, he won't fight Errol Spence, but he'll fight Trey Songz. He won't fight Errol Spence, but he'll fight Trey Songz. Well, first of all, you have to understand that boxing is always going to be a business first. The technical aspect of both fighters coming together and sealing the deal is so complicated. It's very, very complicated. The numbers have to match. You know what I'm saying? Let's not praise other fighters who negotiate what they're worth. I always use Teofimo, for example. Other fighters who stand their ground and freaking negotiate their worth. You were not sitting up here still talking about what Tio was able to do when he stepped in with Lomachenko. So why are you talking about what Crawford should do? Just lay down and sign the contract and fight Spence. It's stupid. These fighters are on the highest level, man, in their 30s, and you just want them to lay down and take less money that they can benefit from once their gloves are laced and knotted for the last freaking time. This money matters. Crawford has people he has to pay. Spence definitely has people he has to pay. So when it's all said and all the taxes and everything is taken out, they get what's left over. So why would you believe someone want to go up here and take less than what they was getting guaranteed, as if Errol Spence fight is much more of a reduced level of recognition? There's not any reduction going on here. It's all up from here. There should be a spike in the numbers, and both of these fighters should get paid more than what they ever got paid in their career. Period. That's just the way it should be. But don't be petty about the shit that goes on, man. Let's not get petty with sending freaking messages. Let's not get petty like that, man, because y'all have to remind yourselves, you failed Errol Spence. That's Spenceaholics. You failed him. You failed this man in 12 days. If you can't take care of him in 12 days, how the hell are you supposed to take care of him as you try to go forward in the biggest fight of his life? You failed him. You failed him. Y'all failed him. You did not have the intestinal fortitude, the courage to reach out to that man after he beat Porter and tell him to chill. I know you want to party. I know you want to get right. But man, the job isn't done. The task has not been completed. You failed him. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, man. What's going on, sir? Senior, what's good? Salute to you. Salute at WCS in the chat. Y'all failed him. 12 days. 12 freaking days. And y'all couldn't stop that man from getting behind the wheel. From September 28th, 2019 to the morning, 3 a.m., October 10th. 12 freaking days, man. And y'all up here talking that, y'all on that bullshit. 12 days. And y'all don't feel no type of disappointment in your lives. That shit don't hunt you every day that you want to get on the keyboard and talk some shit and do a live stream and talk about what Bud haven't done. Let's talk about what you haven't did. In 12 fucking days, you couldn't stop Errol Spence from damn near ending his life and his career knowing he got a family at home. Y'all couldn't make that shit happen. All these channels on here that's brah, rah, 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 brah, rah, rah, Spence all day, every day. Y'all couldn't stop that man? Was he not listening to you all? Or did you not make the effort because you didn't want to piss him off? You didn't want him to get mad just so you can say, oh, he blocked me. He's not picking up my text no more. They're not showing red. Y'all didn't have the damn cojones to say, Spence, the end game is Terrence Crawford and all the belts. Man, chill, bro. Man, you had an amazing fight. Man, hey, congratulations. We salute you, bro, but take it easy. I know it can be crazy up there where you at in Texas. I know your fans love you up there. But don't go out, don't go out there, man. Don't go out there too much, man. Make sure you have good people around you in your circle. Because those type of people can influence and change everything. The people that you have in your circle can change your direction and where you're trying to go in life. You even know where you're trying to go. But those individuals, they want to go along with you, but they're not trying to tell you anything that you don't want to hear. They don't want to be the individuals that's saying, okay, I appreciate you allowing me in your circle and everything, but bro, let so-and-so drive, man. You fucked up. Let so-and-so drive. Nobody in the circle that was trying to go where Spence was trying to go. He's already unified champion at this time. He's the IBF and the WBC welterweight world champion. Nobody in the group could speak to this man and say, bro, you fucked up. You know why? Because I'm fucked up too, bro. We've been here getting fucked up together. It's not good for you to get in that car, man. And that's a Ferrari too. It's not good. And it's a drop top. It's not good. And you're not wearing your seatbelt. No, it's not good, man. Hey, let so-and-so. They ain't been drinking. Let them get behind the wheel for you. You couldn't do that in 12 fucking days, bro. None of y'all out there. So if you couldn't do that in 12 days, all y'all need to shut the fuck up. All of you. All y'all. That's these hardcore, diehard, supposedly Spence fans. If you couldn't stop that man from getting behind the wheel and changing his life, then you don't have shit to say about Crawford out there in the nightlife enjoying himself, and he's not smoking and drinking. Period. It may not sit with you well. I'm just telling you the raw facts, bro. Pop say they say it wasn't his fault. If you're talking about Bud Crawford situation, allegedly, no punches was thrown, but who was kicked out? Who was banned? Trey, right? So Trey was banned because he was acting different. And this is not the first time. Trey had all these other situations going on, but Trey doesn't get the light today. Trey doesn't get the light. I'm just trying to continue to shine the light on, Bud Crawford's actions as one of the elite fighters out here, and how the Spenceaholics continue not to recognize that they failed that man. And look, on the rebound of this entire situation, of his accident, all you've seen from the Spenceaholics is that they're trying to babysit everything Errol Spence does. They're trying to babysit him. I don't dislike him like that. I'm just talking this boxing shit. But with the boxing shit came the accident. The accident was after the boxing shit. The reason why it's important, because that was one of his most elevated moments with Sean Porter. And then 12 days later, he's in the hospital, dog. Not only was he in the hospital, he checks himself out and talk about how difficult it was for physical therapy and to get himself back to walk and all that. Not only that, all the dental work that he had to have replaced. Not only that, he sent out a text and say, "No broken bones, I'm a savage." No broken bones, I'm a savage, bro. Spence's first text to all you Spenceaholics was not, "I like to thank my fans. I like to thank those who support me each and every day. I would definitely like to give a big shout out to the YTC channels who rock with me heavy in this particular case." No, that wasn't his first text. That wasn't his first text. His first text was, "No broken bones, I'm a savage." It wasn't, "Thank you to the YTC channels who continue to push these narratives about me and attempt to dilute, the real boxing media with false advertisement and fake news. I like to support and give y'all all the credit, all the glory. Thank you for all the hard work that you do. I appreciate you." That wasn't his text, man. So if you listening this morning, right, just do me a favor as a Spenceaholic fan and understand one thing. All the extraneous information that you continue to disseminate on the YTC is only contaminating the listeners that you want to tune in and support you heavy. Now, for all you human beings that's in the chat and you are typing and sending, typing and sending, and typing and sending, you have to hold yourself accountable too. You do. You have to ask yourself questions like, "I know there's some bullshit, but I'm participating in the bullshit. I like the bullshit. So God damn it, I ain't shit either." If you up there typing in the chat and you know that person that's the host of the channel that's talking some bullshit that's not true, but you just like it because it deals around what you enjoy in life, reality TV and all this other shit, and you just didn't sit there typing, "Yeah, Crawford, he out here fighting an R&B singer." Keep on typing your ass off, right? If you know they talking some bullshit and it don't mean shit, and you continue to entertain it, you may want to say to yourself, "Damn, I ain't shit," when it comes to this boxing shit. Because you are not trying to be serious about this. You willing to let somebody just feed you some dysfunctional, tease your ass, play with your brain, some hustle and flow type shit. That is what it's about, bro. They got you on the hustle. So much to the fact that you would show up. They got y'all on the hustle, man. You would show up knowing there's some biased ass information being passed, but yet you still send super chats. Who's fucked up? Is the person, is the individuals who's doing this fucked up? Or is it you fucked up for sitting there as a listener and continue to support it? I say it's both of y'all. Just like it was both of y'all in the 12 days that when Spence was doing what he was doing and the YTC was up here doing what they was doing. All you channels who call yourself hardcore fans, you did not reach out in that 12-day period and save that man from himself. You didn't freaking do it. So WCS is here to remind you that you didn't do it. You did not save him from himself. You feel me? How difficult is it to interpret this right here? It doesn't matter. Most of y'all are above 13 years of age. It doesn't matter how much vulgarity that you push out here and want to cuss and it doesn't change the fact. It doesn't change the fact that you fail Errol Spence Jr. in 12 days. You can say whatever you want to me. I done heard it all before. You can say all the fucked up shit and cuss and scream and yell and whine and pout and think you getting, you working on another language. Everybody's heard obscenities. Everybody understands the underlying method of scatology. Everybody knows for that. Look it up, scatology. Look it up. Everybody's been there, done that, and heard it. Everybody's heard derogatory language before. So when you say fuck this, damn this shit, that nobody cares, bro. The only thing I want you to care about is in 12 days, you couldn't save Spence from himself. You failed him. But yet y'all sitting up here on YouTube like everything is cool. Y'all would never, ever recover from that shit. Y'all would never recover from that. Because all you was doing was riding along just like the people that he had close to him. Y'all were just going around for the ride, bro. Y'all would never recover from that. It doesn't matter how many freaking lives you do. You would never recover from failing that man in the 12-day period at a high point in his career where you should have been out here giving him Texas, sending him Texas, say, hey, congratulations, champ. We love you out here, man. We love you. One black man to another. We love you for what you're doing out here in boxing. We love you, man. But we ask that you keep your eyes dialed in, zoomed in on the prize. The end game is not yet been completed. Please stay focused. We love you out here, brother. We love you, okay? None of y'all did that shit. Because you was too afraid. So don't bring your ass online just because you have access and you want to sit up here and say, Bud Crawford was up there trying to fight an R&B singer. Why don't he just sign the contract? I thought he didn't want to fight in Texas, but it seems like he want to fight R&B singers in the parking lot and all this other shit y'all talking. No, let's talk about what you didn't do. Let's talk about how your mans was behind the wheel on the roadway. Let's talk about none of y'all having the damn courage to come up with an idea. Hey, let's have a private chat, man. Let's get together. We support Spence heavy, right? We the Spenceaholics, right? Spenceaholics, activate. Hey, this is what we want to do. All of us today, we're going to send via IG, we're going to send the champ congratulations, and then we're going to give him words of encouragement. Those words of encouragement is him to stay focused because the job has not been completed. You know what the job is, for him to become welterweight undisputed. Okay? All right? So I want every one of you to freaking send him a message on IG. Those of you that have his number, just send him a light text. Say, congratulations, champ. Stay focused and everything else. We're good. We still support you out here, champ. We love you. If you didn't do that, you failed him. You failed. Nothing you can tell me. Nothing you can tell me right now about what you want to damn highlight about Crawford potentially giving Trey Songz a black eye. It does not outweigh that versus a DWI. He pled guilty. He was sentenced to 3 days in jail, time served. License was suspended. Where were you at? I'm just being honest. Y'all always want to come up here and talk about people hating. No, let's hate on you. Where were you all at? Since y'all always want to get personal, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to make it about hating another man that you haven't even broke bread with or nothing on this YTC shit. Where were you all at? All of you. Where were you at during the 12-day period? I want to know. What's going on? Get the smoke in the building. What's good with you? I seen you over there again in the motherfucking fire smoke. They didn't give you the credit. But shout out to the damn fortitude, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the strength to go back into that. Knowing you behind enemy lines. Who's more fool, the fool or the fool that follows the fool? Hey man, let me put that up there because obviously all I'm trying to say is just that. You know what I'm saying? You have individuals that's willing to be close. I mean, like, let's be honest, right? I'm gonna use myself as an example, right? If I had the opportunity to be close to a fighter and be able to cover them as media, I'm gonna appreciate that shit. Yeah, I'm a fan of the fighter. If I'm trying to get close to the fighter and have access all the time, yes, certain things that I'm gonna make sure I take care of too, to be professional and continue to earn their confidence. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in their presence, is mutual respect. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm a fan of the fighter. I'm a fan of the sport. I don't have to come on YTC and say, I'm a fan of the sport. I ain't no fanboy, fan sexual, fan this. No. Yeah, you are. Yeah, the fuck you are. And you know what? You should have been a fanboy in those 12 days. The fact that you up here talking bullshit is the reason why you didn't send Texas to that man after he completed, because you didn't see the damn end game. You had no idea what the end game was. You were just worrying about what was going on right now. You wanted to be a part of the ride. I want to be a part of something. He's now unified champion. Oh my God. He's the most popular guy in boxing. Oh my God. Errol Spence is doing it. You weren't trying to tell that man something to make him say, huh? What? Who is this? Why are they telling me, hey, what to do? I'm the one stepping in the ring. I'm lacing up. No, it's not like that, Spence. All I'm saying is your manifesto is the WBO title, to have the WBC, IBF, WBA, and WBO title to become welterweight undisputed, bro. That's all I'm saying. But bro, I haven't even fought for the WBA title yet. And that's my point. That's why I'm reaching out to you. I love you, brother. I love you as a fighter, man. All I want you to do is, I know that life can be tough for you out there, and being as popular as you are, being at the higher tier in boxing, it's going to be so many people trying to be a part of what you got going on. I'm just telling you to stay focused if you can. Either he going to respect you and remember when he's in that moment, he's about to, think he's going to fuck up, or he's going to just jettison the fact and brush it off and say, nah, I don't need to do with that. That's pointless information to me. But yet, in your heart of hearts, you're the one that reached out to him and told him that shit. You told him. You feel free and clear that you told Spence what you told him. To keep it chill, keep it at a low elevation, remain vigilant, stay focused on the end game. And just like Smoke said, who's more fool? The fool or the fools that follow the fool? In that particular scenario, there's a lot of individuals that was following him. So if you was following him and he was in a serious situation, and this is how crazy it is when it comes to the YTC putting out all this propaganda and fake ass information. This is the more severe part of it, right? Is that you hear people all the time talking about individuals that want to be close to that fighter. Let's use Errol Spence. There's individuals who want to be close to him. They want to be a part of the movement. They want to be invited. You know what I'm saying? They want to be invited to the damn important events. They want to be invited. But also, in that circle of individuals, there are recognizable yes men. The individuals that say yes. Oh, yeah. It's not one of them that'll just take a pause and say, champ, is there any way I can kind of talk you off to the side for a second? And then you tell him what you tell him. Either he gonna tell you, man, hey, I don't know what's so he bugging, bro. He's gonna say, man, I respect that. Appreciate that. Maybe that little moment would change him and stop him from getting in that car on October 10th. Maybe it changes things because he wasn't by himself on that night. They was bar hopping, y'all. He wasn't by himself. The fools that was following him, he wasn't by himself. So no one had the cojones to step up and say, Spence, no, bro. No, give me the key fob, bro. No, man. It's too much, man. We got too much riding on you. Because what they really want to tell him is, if you're not here, we're not here. We got to keep you here so we can continue to look good too. We got to make sure you are a champ. We got to make sure you are a champ. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Look, they got to make sure Spence is good. If Spence isn't good, they ain't good. Because look, a lot of those people that's around him, they getting paid too. So what happens when you cut them off at the head? It stops everybody from eating. There's a lot of people eating off Spence. He knows it. But the only point I'm trying to make is he wasn't alone when he was bar hopping, bro. It was people that was following him. Yes. Yep. No problem. Okay. All right. So when the news broke, I remember hearing so many YTC channels just going, oh man. No, my. You hear all this shit going on the YTC. Real talk. You hear all the well wishes, bro. You hear all the well wishes. But what happened ahead of time? What happened in the 12 days? Or you gonna digress and fall back and say, they don't have nothing to do with me, man. He's a grown ass man. Okay, that's where we at with it right now. For those of you that saying, okay, he's a grown ass man, he do what he do. All right, cool. Because if I was in his position, and that's what I feel that, some people that I'm really fucking with, they say, okay, he's a grown ass man. I don't need to fuck with you. I need somebody that's going to be holding me accountable for the right way, because it's a lot of people that's eating off me. I'm not only eating myself, but I have to feed a lot of people that's around me. Also, I have a loving family at home and kids I got to take care of. So, you got to take that in consideration. Now, granted, we make mistakes in life, man. This wasn't a mistake. This was a choice. Don't get it twisted. This decision was not a mistake. It was a choice because he had other people around him. This wasn't the first time he did that. In order for you to feel comfortable getting behind the wheel with a certain alcohol level that clearly convinces you that you're intoxicated, and you still have the confidence to get behind the wheel. Look, those of you that's been fucked up and got behind the wheel, what did you say? I'm gonna start off myself. Damn, I'm fucked up. Yeah. But the extra layer that I had when I was in the military, because we already know. They already make it perfectly clear. You damn near get a DUI and a DWI in the military and wreck some shit and goddamn cause damage on some shit, man. You have no idea what tomorrow is going to be like. You have no idea the repercussions is going to go down. Not only that, if they kick you out of the military, according to how severe it is, if you injure someone else from a DWI and that person is in the hospital or they die, you just about cancel it, man. You're going to get a bad conduct discharge. But it has to be that severe. When I was coming up, you can get a DWI, DUI, and you can get punished and still recover. And this day and time, if you have that, you really can't recover. It's just too tough. The promotional requirements are more tight now, more restrictive. Back then, in the 90s, what I'm saying, the late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s and shit, in the 90s period, you can recover from that shit. But outside of the military, I'm telling you that you're working for the government and there's repercussions. But in a civilian pop, You can get a DWI. You have the money. You didn't injure nobody. You can post bail after you get out, or whatever the case the judge give you, depending on what state you're in, and you can return back home. And you say, well, I'm not going to do that again. Man, I'm glad I had money to pay the attorney fees. I'm glad I'm able to step. See, in the military, that's not the case. They're probably going to take your rank and send your ass out the door, according to how severe it was. Or, like I said, if it happened in the 90s, you can go back to work, but you're going to be with paperwork. You're going to pretty much not get promoted on time when it comes time for you to get promoted from your current rank, or they may even reduce you in rank. There's a lot of penalties that goes along with that. But those penalties is nothing comparable to when you look at the severity of what Errol Spence did and how he wrecked his car. Imagine it if it wasn't at 3 a.m. And you know this, I haven't really provided any scenarios because I don't like doing that shit, because that's when it can go all the way left. Like, depending on someone's thought process, they can give you 1,000 scenarios, and it can get worse and worse and worse with every scenario. I'm just keeping it on 3 a.m. But I'm just saying, what if it wasn't 3 a.m.? What if it was the early morning, like the sun's already up? What if it's more traffic? The fact was, he had more people with him when he was bar hopping, and no one could stand up and say, man, you got to give me that key fob. I know you're a professional fighter, but you ain't getting in your car. Bro, you're going to have to beat my ass today. No. You ain't getting in the car. You're not getting in the car, man. And then maybe he would have looked at his phone, some of these YTC channels, and say, let me go back on that text. Let me see if anybody sent me some words of encouragement. Nope. Nobody sent me words of encouragement not to go out there and enjoy myself in the nightlife in that 12 days. Damn. God damn. I need to really revise the people who I hang out with. I'm going to go ahead and get behind that wheel. Fuck it. Love does not keep a record of wrongs. I like that. It is different type of love too. Love does not keep a record of wrongs. I don't know. It's just many layers to that, Smoke. You know what I'm saying? It's many layers to that. I can go many different ways with that. But I get what you're talking about, though. Michael Johnson Boxing talking about what's good. A lot of folks driving impaired. Errol is a grown man. Don't think it had nothing to do with nobody but himself. I disagree, Mike. I know you're an Errol Spence fan. I disagree with you, bro. I disagree. The grown ass man thing. So let's just use your what you said. Let's just use your narrative. So if I'm in a position, right? If I'm in a position somewhat similar to Errol Spence, and you and I are rolling in the same circle, I keep you close for a reason, because obviously we know each other, and we have a friendship. That's what our relationship is based off of. I trust you enough to be close. Now, should I still trust you when you was out there with the bar hopping with me, with the bar hopping, and you was with me, and you making money off me? I'm feeding my family. I'm one of the highest elite fighters in the welterweight division. You know what my manifesto says. I want to fight, Terrence Bud Crawford, one of the biggest fights in the welterweight division. I want to be unified, undisputed. Now, if you're close to my circle and I depend on you, I feel that you a genuine individual that I can listen to and it's going to tell me shit. And you don't tell me. And I go out here and wreck my car, being that I remember seeing your face and I got behind the wheel and I went there and wrecked and damn near lost my life. What do you think my mentality should be there, Michael, when I recover? Because I saw your face before I got behind the wheel and went out there and had an accident. So pretty much, to get to the point, if you did not tell me anything, or did you not, you didn't prevent me from getting behind the wheel, why do I need you around? What is my purpose for having you around? Because you're benefiting off the people that I know. I'm not talking about what you got going on in your life right now. I'm talking about scenario as if you were in my circle. You've been in my circle for quite some time, but you didn't tell me anything. You let me be a grown ass man, but it's much bigger than that because Errol Spence is an elite fighter. A lot of people know Errol Spence Jr. A lot of people are eating off Errol Spence. So therefore, the mentality of being a grown ass man, I didn't even think that still exists from grown ass men. No, man. No, you have to be the one to step up and say, bro, you gotta say, I love what you got going on, man. As a positive brother, I love you. I just want to tell you that, but you ain't getting in your car. Because there's too many people that's out here depending on you. So that grown ass man shit, no. When I recover and when I get back on my feet, hey, Michael, you're going to be the first one I tell, hey, I don't need you around no more. Because I remember seeing you when I was fucked up before I almost lost my life, and you didn't tell me one word. And you're going to say, oh, but you're a grown ass man. Why the fuck I got to tell you what to do? You make all that money. You knew what you was doing. But I was fucked up. I was fucked up. You don't know the laws. You don't know that I was about to get behind a Ferrari. I wasn't getting behind a damn Prius or 88 Corolla. I was about to get behind a Ferrari there, Michael. And you're gonna say, he a grown ass man, bro. Stop. That ain't no. Man, come on, bro. Man, see, y'all have to understand, man, the Errol Spence fans that truly rock with him, and then you have the Spenceaholics. It's no way that you can sit up here and say he a grown-ass man. What if you knew him since childhood, and you've seen him with his babies come on deck? You know, his girls come on deck, and you was there to witness that shit. Now you're a part of the next generation being a part of what he has going on. Now he has seeds. Now the next generation is on deck. His kids. You know damn well that man has kids. And you're still going to let him get behind the wheel knowing he might not make it to point B at 3 o'clock in the morning when it's dark. When it's dark, when you're supposed to be sleeping, you're going to be the person that knows this man has extended family. And you're going to say to yourself, he's a grown ass man when he's fucked up. That's fucked up. That mentality, bro, is fucked up. I'm telling you, it's fucked up. Real talk. That's fucked up, man. That's why I keep my circle super small. The ones that's around me, I understand what their mentality is. I know they're not about that type of mentality. Hey, man, hey, you're a grown-ass man. Do what you want. With the mentality of saying, hey, anything happen to you, man, hey, I'll make sure your kid, get the news and everything. And I just tell them how good of a person you were in life. And then one of those kids might grow up and say, hey, let me ask you this question. The night my dad, because kids grow up, right? They start to really come into themselves, right? They grow up and they start asking these questions. They said, hey, I'm much older now. You got a minute? My pops, I want to talk about pops, right? That night he had that accident, lost his life. Were you with him? Oh, it's been so long ago. Hey, excuse me. I'm being respectful. I heard you and my dad knew each other for quite some time. The night he lost his life, were you with him when he was going bar to bar? Yeah, I was. Okay. From what I was told, you knew him for quite some time before I even was born, right? Yeah, but he's a grown ass man. I just want to ask you this question, right? Did my dad mean anything to you? Oh man, I love it, Dad. That was my nigga. Oh man, that was my nigga. Man, I miss him so much. So if you miss him so much now that he's gone, why you didn't think about that when you was out there partying with him and he was about to get in that vehicle? He was about to get in that vehicle, knowing we was at home waiting for him to return. Why you didn't think about us, bro? If you knew my pops that long, why you didn't think about us during that time? We was young. Why you didn't think about that? Because he a grown man. Your dad's a grown fucking man. Man, it wasn't me. You trying to put that shit up. No. See, that's where you wrong. What are you talking about? He's a grown ass man. He was under the influence. You was his friend. You known him before we was in this earth. You've been with him for quite some time where it gets a bit more serious. It's not just a friendship. It's not just a friendship. You know somebody for quite some time. It comes family. You're supposed to stop them because in your mindset, you're trying to think about what it would be like if their kids was to get the devastating news. What it would be like if their kids lost their dad. How much of a role do their dad play in providing them in this boxing game? Making sure that their dad returned home safe and sound. You're not thinking about none of that shit? You're not thinking about one of his kids? You're not thinking about one of his fucking kids, right? You're not thinking about one of his kids in that moment. You're just thinking about a grown-ass man. You're just thinking about a grown-ass man. You're not thinking about none of his kids, none of his mama, daddy. You ain't thinking about none of that. You're not thinking about any of his relatives. You ain't thinking about none of that. And that's a fucked up mentality to have, man. Because I'm gonna tell you this. I've never in my life had a dude around me to think that way. Never, ever. Never had a person in my circle to say, hey, he know he in the military. Man, he go out here and do that fucked up shit. That's on him. Never. I remember I was in the Army Club and I was motherfucking out my mind when I was young. The party was everything. Back then, we had the enlisted clubs that had some damn good, man. Friday night at the club, very nice. My base was only a little bit of minutes away. The cats I was with say, I was looking outside, shit, what's they say? Just walk with us. During the time we walking, I'm not getting into my vehicle. I'm getting in somebody else's vehicle. I'm like, shit. I know I'm with my people though. Okay, their faces look familiar. Hey, we'll come back tomorrow when you're good and get your car. All right. But you and so, man, y'all fucked up. There's no way you can get behind the wheel. Plus, military gonna fuck you over for life, man. They're gonna give you a bad conduct. You're too young in the game, man. We had a damn good night. We're gonna take you back to the barracks. Boom, take you back to the barracks. And sometimes it's lay you on the rack. And you wake up when the sun cracked through the blinds, dog. You're like, God damn, what a night. That shit crazy, man. Then you see your keys over there. You call up somebody you was at the club with, and you say, hey, man, where the car at? Oh, it's the same place where you left it. And you was too fucked up to drive, man. We brought you back, man, to the barracks since it ain't that far away. Back then, we didn't have Ubers. We didn't have Lyfts. We didn't have that shit when I was coming up, when I was a teenager like that in the Corps. We had taxis, but when we was on base, it was difficult for a taxi to get on base like that. So you had to somewhat catch a ride back with somebody. But all I'm saying is not to go back in time and give you old stories that y'all want to speak on what he should be doing. This has nothing to do with contracts. It has a lot to do with the YTC continue to be petty about every little thing that you want to damn clamp on to when it comes down to Bud Crawford. It's almost like a pacifier, man. You're gonna yell, kick, and scream, and then once the information come out, that pacifier goes in your mouth, and you start. You know how them babies they be crying and shit. You're not good. Let me get on my keyboard. Crawford, he don't want to sign a contract to fight Spence, but he want to go there and fight an R&B. That's exactly what it is. That shit pacifies you for a short period of time until you're searching for more shit. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to every little bit of thing. What news came out? 55-45. 55-45. What Crawford doing now? Crawford don't want to fight, do he? He holding up the fight. Is that clear across the board? All y'all, private chat. Hey, put a 3 in the chat if you agree. Put a 3 in if you agree. Everybody agree with that? So that's what we're gonna push. All right. Whenever y'all go live, we're gonna say Crawford holding up the negotiations. All right. It's Crawford's fault the fight ain't being made. And you let your audience ask, what exactly are you talking about? Is Crawford's the reason, and then you can come up with all these false ass narratives. That's pretty much how it works, dog. Man, hey, it doesn't matter who's a Spence fan and who what you feel. All I'm saying is, those of you that step over here, you have to agree with yourself. You have to have a coming to Jesus moment on how I'm gonna speak on it. You got to assure yourselves that you want to hear it. I just wanted to come on here briefly and talk about the reality of it all. In 12 days, you failed that man. In the process of you failing that man, he could have very well lost your life. There's no grown man shit on this. There's no grown man shit. Yeah, he was an adult, but why in the hell we have individuals that's around you for? Are they there just to see you? Are they there just to see you? They don't care shit about you. They just there to see you. So wherever you make a right turn, they're going to make a right turn. Everybody's behind you. They ain't walking with you. They walking behind you. They're not trying to be close enough to say, hey, you might not want to take that right. Go left. Why you say that? Oh, your car over there. I know we leaving the club, but we got you, bro. We got you. We ain't arguing, man. Let me get the key right quick, man. But my car over there to the right. I'm telling you, man, we got you. We gonna have somebody else drive that. Man, that's my Ferrari, man. I don't want to, man. Get the fuck out of here. And you know the rest, man. I don't have to keep on giving y'all hypotheticals. Man, y'all keep that close, bro. Y'all keep that close. This is one thing I totally get about the YTC community. You're gonna have people that like and dislike you based off what your language is and how you voice your opinions. But look, while they're up here severing all ties with listening to you, right? Or being cool with you, so to speak, they have to understand one thing. Look, they have to understand it's just opinions, right? It becomes much more serious when those opinions hit home. That's what severs communications on this YTC shit. You have a lot of individuals that's truly sensitive about shit they hear, because they up here talking about they ain't fanboys, but they acting like fanboys. Because every little itty bitty thing WCS says about Spence, they get all pissed off and they want to jump in your DMs and shit. If you don't care and you ain't a fanboy and you're a fan of the sport, why you care about me talking about the fighter? I'm not creating false narratives. I'm telling you about something that's public record. Now, my opinions on how I feel about the public record is something different. But the public record is not an opinion. The public record is a fact. That shit did happen. The public record on what went down with him, I'm glad he survived. I'm glad he's able to be around his kids. But I'm holding the people accountable that continue to sit up here and talk shit about what Terrence Crawford got going on when you wasn't even nowhere around during the 12 days that he was in celebration mode. Where's your text? Why he didn't put your text in a tweet and say, hey, good looking out for this channel right here that sent me this text after the Sean Porter fight. That made me think about some shit. And I had to slow my ass down because I'm not at the end. I haven't crossed the finish line yet with this welterweight championship for Undisputed. I haven't. I have 2 more belts to go. I got to stay focused. I was gonna go out here and chill with my boys and have some fun, but I ain't there yet. I ain't there yet. I'm not across the finish line. I ain't there yet. I'm not there yet. But let me give you a scenario on where grown man shit comes into play. All right. Let's talk about where grown man shit comes into play. I had a troop of mine, and I said this before on live, where he was on restriction for having an alcohol related incident online. I spent my time and effort explaining to this troop that he is not to go out in town. There's no paperwork that's going to be, pressed on him for going out here and having disorderly conduct. He's supposed to conduct himself as a Marine 24/7, right? You already heard the spiel. I said, you need to go back. This is after him being picked up by the MPs. I need for you escort this Marine back to his barracks, and you not to go back out this weekend. All right. Saturday, Sunday, no, you're not going back out. You're restricted to the barracks. I want you to stay out of there. You need to sober up because, drinking happened, in the military, just like anything else. We're not saints, not like the uniform. Shit happens. Yeah, definitely. You have to make those decisions. But that same troop said, forget everything else. Forget why he was from disorderly conduct trying to fight everybody at the E Club. He went out the next night. He went out with an NCO and somebody else. I think 2 NCOs, or NCO and a non-NCO. Fucked up. NCO, when you pick up E4 NCO non-commissioned officers, you're supposed to have leadership skills before you pick up NCO. But it all depends. You still at the lower ranking sense, so you still learning like everybody else, right? So he went out. He got 2 people with him. 2 people with him, right? That's looking out for him. They know he's supposed to be. Look, they know, grown ass men know this Marine's supposed to be in the barracks. But they out with him. Grown man shit. They out with him. Fucked up again. Grown man shit. He decides to say, you know what? I want to go on the E Club on this base right here. Man, it's going to be plenty of women up there, man. We're going to do this, that, and the other. Grown man shit, right? Then no Marine that he was with grab him by his collar and say, no. First of all, man, we ain't going over there because you're supposed to be in the barracks. You already fucked up. We've been out here drinking. Man, chill. You know what I'm saying? Chill. Nope. They're out there fucked up. What did he do? He walked out in the traffic. A car ran him over, hit him so hard, knocked his pants off, knocked his shoes off. Career over. Career's over. What do you think those 2 Marines got that was out there with him? Grown ass men, right? What do you think they got? Do you think when they walked into that office and they had to explain why they was out with a non-NCO? Do you think they didn't get asked that question when when it was on record that I told him, hey, Escort him over there and make sure. These are two people that's in the same unit I was in. And I say, make sure you escort him back to his room, and he's not to leave. Make sure that. And I want somebody checking on him, this, and this. Those individuals had to explain why they was grown-ass adults, and they basically swore in the same way I did. They had to explain to the Sergeant Major to why this Marine was out there, again, intoxicated. And now is a whole nother incident that's world, like this is wide. This is all across the blogs. The message is coming in. Marine seriously injured in car accident. Rushed to the hospital in critical condition. That particular guy never leaves my thought process to this day. I've been retired for quite some time. Never, ever. Because I remember talking to him on some grown man shit. I sent 2 grown ass men to escort him to the fucking barracks. Those 2 grown men was with him when he was hit by a car. Those 2 grown men had to face the consequences. Different setting, but 2 grown ass adults. For the Marine that was hit, his parents had to be called over, and they had to come see him after he came out the coma and everything else. You know, they had to take part of his skull off because he was bleeding from the brain and all that. It was bad, but he'd never be communicative. I always wondered to this day that, okay, is he still alive? Because I remember coming in there the first time we was able to. It's been months. I mean, months gone by. They say, oh, okay, now he can have visitors. I'm walking up in there and I say, hey, Lance Corporal so-and-so, what's going on? And, you know, he just stayed looking to the front. And then the nurse is like, oh, he don't understand. He doesn't understand anything you're saying. You know, he cannot communicate. He'll never be able to communicate with anybody again. Severe brain damage. And look, he wasn't even behind the wheel of a car. And you have some people on here, they'll say, well, that was fucked up for him. He know he should have been out there drinking, and then he had grown-ass men with him. He had grown-ass men with his ass. They didn't freaking warn him, did they? They didn't grab him by the collar. Stop, man. What are you doing? You ain't supposed to be out here. Chill. Relax. Nope. They went out there with him because they was drinking in the barracks, went out in town, continued to drink, and he wanted to go across the street. He wanted to go across the street to the base where the E Club was going to be a bit more active on that night. He didn't wait for the light to turn green. He didn't wait for anything when it was cool for pedestrians to walk from point A to B. No, he just walked out into traffic. Boom, ran the fuck over. I just don't know where that come from, man. That mentality can't fly over with me. You know what I'm saying? That mentality can't fly over with me. I just have too many scenarios where, you know, I'm talking to people about this situation with Crawford and how they would try to blow it up into something just so they can have content to talk about. When in reality, this shit has nothing to do with the fight. It has nothing to do with the fight, man. I commend Crawford and his team for standing on their square and being honest with themselves that, hey, this is going to be a long process because we're going to make sure we get everything we deserve. Commend them, man. Commend them for that. Salute. When I decided to go from enlisted over to officer, I committed to that shit. I say, okay, this is going to be quite different than the drill field. The drill field shit was tough. I got to make this choice and make it happen. You got to be committed to asking people around you, hey, you think this is a good choice? This and this at this age and blah, blah, blah. And they tell you what it is. Hey, well, I know so-and-so you can talk to that went to the school, this, that, and the other. Man, nobody gave him advice on anything, man. Hey, I got a friend that did the same thing, man. He got fucked up there, Spence. Don't do it. Nobody gave him shit, dog. Nobody told him nothing. 12 freaking days you had, and you didn't give that man nothing. Remember what I said, that Spenceaholics. From September 28th, you did nothing. From September 28th to October 10th. From October 10th to September 28th. From September 28th to October 10th. 12 days, you did absolutely nothing to keep this man from almost ending his life. Absolutely nothing. So be very, very concerned when you get on here at the YTC and talk about somebody not signing anything for a fight, this, that, and the other. Man, think about yourselves on how a group of collective members on YTC failed to send this man any type of text that influenced him not to get behind the wheel. Did y'all send him any type of text? Can you screenshot that, please? And with the date that you sent? Did any one of y'all after September, after that fateful day of September, you know what I'm saying, on the 29th, and periodically to October 10th, did any one of y'all, can y'all screenshot a text where you sent to Spence to think about how important he is to you, how important he is to your fan base and your listeners, to chill, relax? I know you want to go out and party. Don't do it, because we seen you out there at PBC. We seen you out there in the parking lot. We seen you several times fucked up already. Just relax, my brother. You have plenty of time to party. All right, cool. Send me a text. Screenshot it. Send me that text so I can talk on it. I want to speak on it. Out of all the groups on here, can any one of y'all just send me a text or a message that you sent him DM wise? Just send it, bro. That's all I want. I just want something that I can clear my mind about, because y'all failed him. I'm just trying to get some clarity. Anybody out there, out of all these popularity channels, that's rough and rugged for Spence, can y'all just send me a screenshot of a text that you sent from the 29th throughout the day of the 10th? You know, the 10th was 3:00 in the AM. So it wasn't that many. You didn't have that long a time from the 12th. I mean, from the 9th to the 10th. The 9th is just ended. Were y'all up late at night? Those of you that have his phone number, did y'all know he was going out to celebrate from 12 o'clock to 3:00 on the 10th? Did any one of y'all send him a text and say, I know it's early in the morning, man, early in the AM, you out there, man. I got word that you was out there. All you casters in Texas, that's YTC channels that rep Texas, that you probably got word that he was out. Can you screenshot me on text, please? Andrew said, thanks for sharing that story. I knew a guy back in school, very popular athlete. Girls loved him, and similar situation ended up the same way. Shout out to DBMH. Salute WCS. Salute to you, brother. Yeah, man. Like, I don't look with this shit, man, on YouTube. I don't take it personal, but people hate when you give stories unless it deal with the street. You know, when I start talking about the military shit, they want to hurry up and jump off. I don't want to hear about that. But you still a pack of bubble yum in the military. It almost constitutes as a felon. Because the one thing in the Marine Corps, so to speak, Marine Corps don't like lying and they don't like stealing. It's fucked up. They don't like lying and they don't like a thief. A lot of other shit was freaking somewhat not accepted, but it didn't have that type of severity back then. It depends on what unit you was with. But you lying or you stealing, that shit is the worst. But when it comes down to looking out for your brother and you was there and they say, you seen this going down, you was there, you participated in everything else, and you still allowed to happen. Just like I tell people all the time how I used to ride by myself. I didn't want people in my group. The group of people I rode with was on the same level I was when I was riding through them canyons and shit. I didn't want to put anybody else's life in jeopardy, so I was looking out for them. A lot of people dislike me for that. Tomorrow, you think you better than everybody else. This is on God and everything, bro. This is on God and everything. Some people's lives are different. They just think different. But I had 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 4 individuals that was trying to ride with me. I would never ride. They talk. They talk. Oh man, he stuck up. Man, he got down antisocial. He don't want to. And I always used to tell him. I was like, hey. It's not that. It's just I don't want to take you on a ride with me. And you're like, oh man, you can ride faster than that. I heard you doing this and that. No, I'm not going to do it because you haven't been experienced as much. I try to tell this brother, hey, a 1300 Hayabusa. That's too much of a bike for you for your first bike, brother. Man, I rode in the parking lot. This, that. I said, bro, that's not what you want. That's too much. That's a beast. That 1300cc is a beast. His girl was right there too, his wife. And I'm kicking this knowledge to him. Brother didn't want to listen. Damn near killed himself, man. Damn near killed himself. His girl probably always think back that the situation her husband still have to deal with his leg today. She probably always remember that moment when I was sitting up there talking to him. Hey, man, it's too much bike for you. Now, I didn't even tell you the first half of it. The brother who was giving him the bike, he was another one who I wouldn't ride with because I told him, I said, man, ride with a group of cats that's going to this place right here and just get your skills up a little bit, man. When I ride, when you see me with leathers on, full boots, full leather gloves, the entire gear, the PPP equipment, I'm going up there for a different reason. I lose my life up there. That's because the people who was riding with me, they was riding on a level that I thought I could ride on. They're not responsible because pretty much we're riding on the same level. It has nothing to do with saying, okay, it's intoxication going on. We riding drunk. No, we was just out there having recreational fun. But guess what? The guy who was selling him the bike lived in the same building. I say, hey, bro, I ain't trying to get in your biz. He said, man, let me work the deal, man. I need the money. I say, but this guy might lose his life. Sure enough, he sold him the bike, and the dude almost lost his life. What about the time that I told y'all when my boy was coming out? I used to see him in my unit all the time. Beautiful wife, beautiful girls. How they was moving in slow motion when I was about to ride. You know what I'm saying? They was moving in slow motion that morning. I was out there cleaning my bike up because I was about to go ride. They like, hey man, we going all the way up north, man. The wires, they're gonna go up there, they're gonna drive the car up and they're gonna be ahead of us. They're gonna be ahead of us. You want to go? I said, no, man, I'm riding with so-and-so. I was riding with a group of Japanese that day because, we go up to a certain spot where we ride up and down and knee drag and shit like that. And it's just too fast of a group. I can't bring Americans at that point in time. It was only 2 Americans riding this group of Japanese, me and this other brother, and his wife was Japanese. I was the only one there that American wise that was riding with this group, and it was a fast group. So as I was watching this, my boy move in slow motion, I say, man, y'all be careful up there, man. Just be careful, man. Y'all going a long ways up north. It's dangerous. What I do? Got the call. Ran head on to a car trying to pass another car. In Japan, they drive on the left side. You know how we drive up on the right side? In Japan, you drive on the left side and they come back. The traffic that's approaching is on the right side. And he tried to, bolt around the car, going around a turn. Didn't see that little Japanese car. Boom, hit it. Ran over by another car. Dead. I remember seeing these Americans out there, they're popping willies when I was coming back from a night ride. They always used to see me and say, they used to call me Kit. They said, oh, they go to Night Rider, because I used to ride at night too. My bike was black and gray. I showed y'all what the bike was. What happened to him? He was out there being reckless. I always wanted to ride like the people in his group, doing stand-up wheelies, came down, went in oncoming traffic, dead. Air Force guy coming back on the main roadway, going too high of a speed, lost control, hit a car, his head rolling down the dang street, decapitated. All these people I knew, because it's a small bike community. But anyway, I'm not here to go into, deep ass stories, but I would rather do things, or if I'm going to have a group of people around me, I'd rather have a small, very small number of individuals I know that has my best interest, rather than individuals around me that want to be a part of my interest. You feel me? And that's all I got to say about this, man. I don't want to stay on here too long. It's been like an hour and a half already, bro. You know what I'm saying? When people come up here and say things to you and they don't even think about what they're saying, I'm like, okay, I'll respond to it. I just want to remind y'all about the 12 days that you failed a man. Period. Y'all think